The world is as it is, and we don't need to change it. The amount of times I've heard this quote from supposedly awakened spiritual individuals. I believe this is one of the biggest traps the Matrix has to offer us. The world's problems are too big and too complex to solve, so what's the point? Besides, we're as insignificant as ants anyway. True, but if we had a free world, what you would be feeling or what you would be thinking right now would make any of this conversation seem insignificant and irrelevant. It is impossible to comprehend what a true, free, conscious mind has to offer coming from this perspective. Maybe I am not enlightened or awake enough to see that there are no sides, no morals, rights or wrongs, and things are simply the way they are meant to be. However, awake people cannot deny that there is certain manipulation and deception present in this world, carried out by corporate lobbyists and different groups. And the fact is that the world is as it is today because they have taken advantage of the world and manipulated it to suit their needs. So yes, the world may be as it is, but it would not be this way without this interference. If we want peace, a balance needs to be struck between two opposing forces, and that is not the case in the world today. Mass suppressed unconsciousness across the globe, and small resistance of consciousness spread across also. Let the world be as it is. So does that mean we stand by and let this manipulation further take our world into darkness and suffering? Are they not an unnatural factor to what the world is now? Whilst it may be true that you first need to accept how the world is right now in order to understand it, does that mean we stop and do nothing and let it become worse and more controlled? No, I believe a balance is everyone having the option to understand what it means to think for yourself without programming, and for them to make a choice. A choice of if they want to live unconscious or not. People obviously do not have that case and option open to them today. With reasoning, it seems that the world is as it is and we don't need to change it. It's just another trap of the matrix of thought created by the powerful. Another trap so the powerful can control the unsuspecting and uninitiated, and even spiritually awakened people. So they become trapped into the paradoxical high ground of it is as it is because they cannot cope with the control system and the control it has over their lives. If we do stand by and let this happen, then wouldn't those certain controlling forces cause further deceit and darkness in this world? Would that not cause an unnatural factor to what if we want people to think for themselves now, and for this world to become more peaceful? We need to get out of this rut of thinking that the world is as it is, because that's the way this universe and this scenario is supposed to function. What are we to question it? We're supposed to question it and mold it so that other people too can wake up and understand what this world is about. The world is as it is. That's the biggest new age bullshit out there. Think for yourself. Do you want more people to become aware and awakened in this world? Or do you want this unconscious suffering to continue? Take this scenario. What if all of a sudden the corruption ended, everyone became awake and there was peace? You don't think in a world like that we would even be thinking of this kind of stuff right now? Would we be even aware of the type of suffering that exists? Would we even have that thought that the world is as it is? No, we wouldn't, because we'd be living free. Take yourself back to the medieval ages, when the kings and queens controlled the peasants. Now fast forward yourself to our times, when banking families and other corporations which control the media have shaped it to be the way it is today. The point I'm trying to make is to say that the world is as it is, not because there is some certain God or enigma present in this world which says this is the way the state of the world must be. What if the world is as it is today because certain people have realized that and used their control and power to shape it the way they want it to be? Taking down the elite does not only give a better chance for people to make this decision for themselves, it can help stop some of the unnecessary suffering in this world. Suffering is a normal part of life, of course, but not knowing the real reasons for why you are suffering is horrifying. Eventually a deal will need to be struck between the control system and the awakened people in this world. But do not think for 1 second that the control system is going to strike this deal when they are in power. It is only going to happen if enough awake individuals become strong and powerful enough to overthrow the control system in their particular area. It is so important for us to create an environment which promotes enough people to become awakened so we can start living in this world of peace. I'm not trying to sound like an expert. I'm only passionate about what I'm talking about. For all the spiritual and awakened people you meet who complain about the control system and all the bullshit that happens in this world and ramble on about the Illuminati for days and days and days, how many of them actually do something to stop this madness? How many people actually get out there, do whatever it is they need to do, hang up signs, speak to people about what can be done, make videos about some of the bullshit that you have to fight through in order to free yourself? Of course it's important to understand the corruption in the world, that's what part of this video is about. But the most important thing is that you learn how to counter that corruption and make a positive difference in the real world. Yeah, anyway, the point of this is life is taken way too seriously, and part of that is brought through this: the world is as it is and we don't need to change it. It leaves you feeling helpless with a lot of the people I've talked to, and myself. Don't take life too seriously, enjoy yourself, find humour in life. First, change yourself if you want to change the world. Our reality that we live in is reflective of our own consciousness and the collective unconscious. The very least you can do if you want to improve your life and others is to first do something that can better and evolve yourself. And at the end of the day, do what makes you happy. Do what's going to evolve you more, because that's going to fulfill you and make you more satisfied than anything else in life. Then you can start to enjoy yourself while still taking on the causes you like and not worrying about them. Peace.